Science Beetle.
Hey, welcome back, students. In this video lesson, what I want to go ahead and do is talk to you a little bit about anions. I know we talked about this before, but I'm going to take a little bit more time and chat with you about what an anion really is. So on the screen here, I'm going to go ahead and write some information. And the information I'm going to write for you here is essentially I'm going to go through sharing an atom in the neutral state from an atom in the charged state. And so what we're going to do here is go ahead and write down the word anion. And remember that an anion is nothing more than an atom that gains an electron. Okay? This is a very important point for us. And we want to make sure that you distinguish this from the cation because that one there is going to be one that loses electrons. Okay, let's go ahead and look at chlorine. And when we consider the chlorine atom, let's go ahead and develop the pen count for the chlorine atom. And so that means we're going to look at the protons, the electrons, and the neutrons. And so in a chlorine atom, we know that the chlorine atom is going to have 17 protons, 17 electrons, and if we do the math there, it's going to have 18 neutrons at the very end. Now, the very key and important thing to note here is that when we consider the proton and electron counts, remember that protons have a positive charge and electrons have a negative charge. And so if we add these two numbers together, we wind up getting here a zero charge overall. And this is what's going to be true for a neutral atom. Okay. Now let's go ahead and compare this to the chlorine atom that is a charged atom. Okay, so in this particular case, we're going to go ahead and write down again the chlorine atom. But here at the bottom, notice I've drawn the Lewis dot structure for you for a regular chlorine atom. Okay, so it's very important for us to take a look at that. And so notice here in the Lewis dot structure, the chlorine atom has an availability for one electron. And so that electron then can be gained from where? It can be gained from another atom. So let's go ahead and look at the other side now. And here we're going to draw a chlorine atom that is that particular state where the electron is gained. And here the proton count is 17. The electron count now is 18 because it has actually gained an electron. And the neutron count is 18 as well. So here protons are positive, electrons are negative, and notice what's going to happen is that we're going to wind up getting a -1 charge. And so a -1 charge indicates for us that we have an anion. So we now have one charge of electron, or we have one more electron than we do protons. As a result of that, then when we draw the Lewis dot structure, you can see here we've got the 7 for the neutral, and now we have the 8th electron represented in green. This then identifies that we now have one more electron than we do protons, and so the overall charge for this particular atom is going to be a -1 overall. And so this here is the anion on the right-hand side, and so that's the way we distinguish that. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe, keep watching, learning, and we'll see you in the next video.